I think when you bring positive impact into what you do, it turns a business from something being just a nice business into something that actually people want to get behind because it's making a difference. I've sort of shoehorned my way into a lot of the big companies, the big banks, the big insurance companies, the big construction companies. So, you know, multi-billion-pound turnover companies who often fit into. It's really interesting because when I launched the business, and it was sort of this kind of edgy idea of let's take football and let's take homeless young people and get them together with corporates. We thought it would be all the kind of young tech kind of Facebook type companies that would do it. And actually what we discovered was it was actually all the companies that had generally white middle class males as 90% of their employment force, and that had a lot of the time had people that had pretty dull jobs, people that were stuck in offices, and we were giving them this amazing opportunity to actually open their prospects and do something different. So we have a really interesting set of clients, and are hugely grateful to them because they always recommend us on and always come back and work with us a lot.
And so how does the actual business work? So when you say mentoring, like what are some of the mechanics behind the actual offer, I suppose?
So the offer is several part. We decided that so a lot of people think, I know what mentoring is, I can do it. But research shows that actually a lot of mentoring is done really badly. And not because of the people that are doing it, just because there's no structure around it. And most mentoring programs just throw people together and hope for the best. And so what we've done is brought a quite rigid structure around mentoring and said, look, this is how you do it. And that's not just us saying it. That comes from my experience of running other businesses and in creating really successful mentoring cultures. But we also work very closely with Oxford Brookes University, who are the academic world leaders in coaching and mentoring. And we've developed a framework where we can go into clients and say, this is actually how you become a really effective mentor. Here are some tools and some worksheets, and kind of broken the process down for people. So we teach that through, we get kind of all the learning stuff done through an online course. And then we facilitate these sessions where we bring together people, whether that's internally within the company, mentors and mentees, and we bring those together, or maybe then externally with some of, say, our disadvantaged young people and actually bring them together. So facilitate a session where we actually help people have those first meetings and get the ball rolling. And then around that, so that's the kind of thing. No, as I was saying, then around that's the sort of delivery part of what we do. But then on top of that, we then also do a lot of consultancy where we'll go into organisations who say, "Yeah, we want to start a mentoring program," and we go, "Well, that's great, but why? Why do you want to? What's the point of it? Who's going to be involved in it?" And we take them through a 5P process of what are the bits that they need to be considering to make that a successful program, and then actually just get that as a communication document that they can send out to the rest of the organization to go, look, we're doing this mentoring program. This is why we're doing it. This is how we're going to do it. This is when it's going to end. This is how it's going to continue. This is how we're going to create promotion around it. So they actually start to leverage the benefit of it rather than just going, we're just going to do mentoring. So it's taking something quite simple, but putting structure around it so that it has real value.
So I'd love to go back and get into your origin story and a bit of the KPI journey, if you like, because I mean you've just done this so well, and you've already mentioned a few things that I'd like to dig into around like the methodology and things like that. But you've also been featured as a result of all this in some of the sort of top media in the world.
Yes, I think. I'm speaking to the converted here, right? But I think when you bring positive impact into what you do, it turns a business from something being just a nice business into something that actually people want to get behind because it's making a difference. And when I started this business, we could have just been a mentor training company. We could have just said, we're going to teach people how to mentor. We know it has commercial benefits. We're just going to do it. But instead, what we did was we said, actually, why don't we use this business to create real social purpose? And if I look at any competitors that we have in the market, most of them are just going for the commercial element. And we're saying, well, the commercial element is great, but let's also create a social impact. And that has been what's generated for us a huge amount of interest, and actually why our clients would rather work with us than, say, a competitor, because they know that the work we do not only makes a commercial difference to them, but it makes a positive impact in society. And whether that's directly because they are then sponsoring young people through employability programs, or just because they've created an internal culture where socially mobile talent can actually be socially mobile rather than just hope it is. So that impact is huge.